So we know that Stranger Things has finally ended the original series. 5 seasons of just straight peak. Conformity Gate is not real, but we have a new series that is going to be a spin-off series for the Stranger Things universe. And Netflix has just revealed that we are getting Stranger Things Tales from 85. So the animated series is actually going to take place between season 2 and season 3 of the main show. And it seems like we're going to get the Demogorgon story a little bit differently this time. The animation looks really good. I think for Netflix being this new series, it kind of has that Hello Neighbor type of animation, but honestly I don't mind it. And with this whole thing about a Stranger Things spinoff that comes out actually April 23rd, so we're not even that far from it. As much as I'm excited for a new reboot of Stranger Things, it seems like Stranger Things Tales from 85 is gonna be a little bit different. The reaction to this trailer and this new series is already a little bit iffy because it's just a lot of plot holes so far. Because if you're a fan of the original Stranger Things series, you already know that season 2 Elle has closed the gate because this season is in between the winter of season 2 and season 3. And with the Stranger Things universe clearly said, because in season 2 when Elle closed the gate, there should be no monsters in general. I'm talking about Earth or even the Abyss, which we actually knew more about it in season 5. But then we get more information on what this series is actually going to be on, which them finding a monster in Hawkins and trying to defeat it once again. But in between season 2 and season 3, this should have not happened whatsoever. It's just another plot hole. But we got a new addition to the Demogorgon, to the family, a pumpkin gorgon type of thing, which is just like literally a pumpkin head type with a Demogorgon. But then it just leads on to more monsters that they never talk about throughout the rest of the show, so it's like a one and done scenario. And let's just never talk about it again. I understand this could be for just future reference because they did not know this show was in the making, but at the same time, it was taking place in the same universe, within the same timeline, and with the same characters. Then at the end of the day, we should be able to talk about these for future references. It seems like a pretty big threat overall with these new characters. They look very threatening. I mean, this pumpkin type thing, it just reminds me of one of those old DreamWorks short stories. Those were the days. But these new villains of the show just look pretty big overall, that they should be able to talk about in future seasons, but they never just do. Because when you look at these character designs, it just seems like, yeah, there's a little tiny Demogorgon type thing, the pumpkin one, and then this big old web version. And it seems like no one takes acknowledge about it in season 3, season 4, or even season 5. It's just that big plot hole that a lot of people are missing out on. And one thing that I do want to mention is that we are getting a brand new character in this show. Her name is going to be Nikki. And since this show takes between season 2 and season 3, I haven't seen no character talk about Nikki in the future seasons. Nikki seems like to be a very important character in this show, considering she's a new character in this Tales from 85 series. And considering I'm a big fan of Stranger Things, I'm a big fan of the show, and learning about none of this new character, Nikki, because she seems very important, but at the same time, no one has talked about it. There's also clips from the scientists of Hawkins' lab. I'm kind of confused about that. I don't know if that was a flashback or something like that, because Hawkins' lab kind of closed down after season 2. It could also be a lot of things, like the Russians from season 3, because season 3 takes place around the Russians, but they didn't really open the gate between season 2 and season 3. That happened towards the end of season 3. Another plot hole that I'm just figuring out right now is that in between season 2 and season 3, Elle wasn't really supposed to go outside like that. I mean, this is like season 2.5, so I'm just saying that. But in season 2 and season 3, Hopper was very cautious whether or not for her to go outside because of the whole government and trying to capture her, you know, respectable. I mean, one thing I do like about this trailer is that they highlight, you know, her actually joining to be a kid, you know, snowball fights and all that. I get Hopper's side in season 2 and season 3, very hesitant on why letting Elle go outside, and I don't know why in this season, or this 2.5, Hopper is encouraging Elle to go outside.
Anything happens to her, these woods hide a lot of mistakes.
And the same thing goes with Mike as well. Mike was very hesitant on her going out in public. In season 3, we literally caught her going out to the mall, and then Mike getting mad because she's out at the mall because she might get caught. Throughout the whole series of Stranger Things, we see the character development in this show, and then now with this 2.5 season, we don't even know who these characters are. It's a little bit different from the original series that we all know and love, with all these characters, and now their personality just shifted just a little bit. A lot of things are just happening within the Stranger Things universe. We already got an announcement between like a month after season 5 of Stranger Things, the finale, that we're getting a spin-off Stranger Things show regarding season 2 and season 3, the in-between, the 2.5. I'm not mad at the animation. I do like it. You know, it gives me a good type of vibe, a good 80s cartoon type of thing, just like more advanced, because we're in the big 826. Also, you can do so much more with animation nowadays, so might as well just go for it. I'm actually kind of excited for this series. It just depends on how it goes, because I was a huge fan of the Stranger Things series, the original, and then going off to these reboots and spin-offs, we already know that there's gonna be more Stranger Things universe on the way. And with the reaction of how season 5 ending, Conformity Gate being real or not, there's still a chance that it might be. Honestly, I have very, very low hopes for that. And not even a month and a half after the entire show ended, we're just going off to the next thing, Stranger Things Tales from 85. The voice acting is actually not that bad, actually similar to the characters that we all know.
Steve, I've always had a crush on you too, Nancy. No, I mean Natalie.
That was my favorite part throughout that entire trailer so far. If I get more Steve Harrington type of lines like that, okay, we're in for a treat. At least we know Steve Harrington's character is not gonna look like that one meme that's been going on everywhere on the internet. It's just that Stranger Things is such an iconic series that we all know and love, and then with this new spin-off series already about big plot holes, a little bit of inconsistencies as what have we seen so far. It is a lot of things to fill in. Honestly, I don't know how many episodes they're gonna be releasing. I don't know if it's gonna be on a weekly basis or just all about it all at once. I mean, we're getting this on April 23rd, so honestly, with everything going down, we might get another trailer and another little clip here and there. I mean, this is the first time that Hawkins has been in the snow and we're seeing it for the first time. And I'm just thinking about it. I think it is. I think it's true. I'm still confused about that Nikki character, going back at it, because why is she added? If she's actually a big important part to this storyline right here for the Tales of 85 series, I'm actually kind of scared, because this show is said to be canon to the Stranger Things original series 1 through 5. And it just shows that big inconsistency right there, because if they show that with Nikki being this big character and they never talk about her once again, it might hurt a lot of fans knowing that Stranger Things Tales from 85 is canon to the actual Stranger Things series. But if she's some side character that we probably meet throughout the show, I guess it's alright. But then knowing that, you know, this is a spin-off series, if it does really well, it could boost up the Stranger Things name once again, because honestly, after that documentary, a lot of fans were disappointed about the whole Conformity Gate and how the inconsistencies with season 5. And then going back to this show right here with a little bit of plot holes we already talked about, it just seems very, very iffy so far. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things. Am I gonna watch this show? Of course, because I am curious to see where they're gonna go with this. How is this gonna play into the real story? I mean, technically this is part of the real story, so you could say that is part of the Stranger Things universe. The show does have a lot of potential depending on how they do certain characters wrong or certain characters right. To be honest, this could be just a one and done thing where it's just that one season that takes between season 2 and season 3, because where else can you go from there? From what we got so far, it seems like the Demogorgons, the pumpkin Demogorgon, and all the other monsters are still going to be attacking our characters. But I guess we just have to see on April 23rd whether or not this show is going to live up to the hype it is saying. It is canon, so we got to see how this plays into the real season 3 and above. I do have hope for this show to be good, but if they keep on mentioning more plot holes and inconsistencies, it could be the other way around. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Stranger Things Tales from 85? Do you see the plot holes and inconsistencies? Is this a show that you're willing to watch? I know with everything that's been happening with Stranger Things season 5 and that whole Conformity Gate theory being shut down officially, basically, and the documentary making it worse for the Stranger Things name in general, and hopefully this one can actually revive it. But I guess we have to see on April 23rd when this show comes out. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Join the Blockbuster family. I love you all. Remember, there is a clips channel, just little news here and there, whether or not you want to see it. It will be linked in the description. Face reveal happening June 21st, 21st birthday. Make sure to stay tuned. But I appreciate you all for staying to the end of this video. I hope you have a good one, and don't forget to take care.